gotten started a little bit behind the time. New Jersey traffic got us a little bit tonight, but we had a good time on the way up here. Whole Person Prosperity broadcast. We were watching Boomerang. How many of y'all remember Boomerang?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You remember the scene, Cornelius with Grace Jones?
Oh, yeah. Boomerang? Loved it. Loved it.
What man can turn down?
I mean, really?
My brothers, he is.
Stanley!
What a movie. Eddie Murphy, classic, yo. I mean, because you got to laugh when you have at times like that. But welcome to the Whole Person Prosperity broadcast. As I said, I'm Stan Matthews with Mama Yoga, Samut Scott this night. And we begin all broadcasts here in the Matthews broadcast with gratitude. We are a viewer, guest, and sponsor-supported broadcast, and so we begin every broadcast by giving thanks to our God first, and also to all of the friends of the broadcast, our guests, obviously, and our sponsors. So this evening, I want to start off with the thank yous. First and foremost, Mr. Brian Fleming, thank you for being a new friend of the broadcast. Miss Tina Drew, hurry up and fix that tablet, or Mama Yoga is going to be upset with you. Chris Johnson, thank you. Miss Jaren Kenny, thank you. Miss Shakira Palmer, as you travel, thank you. Mr. Vernon Bradbury, thank you. And also thank you for being an officer of the law in the Brick City, Newark, and doing a great job. Dr. Archer Irby, thank you. The one and only Marissa Cortez, our stylist to the stars, thank you. Mark Smith of the Plainfield Fire Department, thank you. Brick City's own Justice Roundtree, 360-degree poetry. Just had Miss Amina Baraka, the mother of the mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka, and tore the place down at the last 360-degree poetry held in Newark at the Source of Knowledge bookstore. Want to say hi to the owners of the Source of Knowledge bookstore. Been friends for, God, all the way back to African Echoes. I know you guys had a great program the other night. Thank you so much for doing that, bringing the spoken word all over the state of New Jersey, Justice. Dr. Alberto Anderson, man, you are a blessing to everyone you touch. Your words just are always wise, loving, and true. Mr. Matthew McClary, my boyhood friend from East Orange, New Jersey, and Seton Hall Preparatory School. Go forward, Pony Pirates. We'll see you a little bit later, Matt. Thank you. Tiffany Moultrie, the one and only. Thank you. Harvetta Fax, my sister in Maryland. Thank you, Mr. Vito Maturo, PNC Bank. Thank you. Mr. Dennis King. Thank you, Mr. Haki Ami, the writer of great books, The Success Doctor out of Washington, D.C. Thank you, Haki. Thank you for gracing us on last evening as well. Ms. Leslie Andrews, thank you, from Honolulu, Hawaii. Ms. Charlene St. Clair in Richmond, Virginia. Thank you, Pinky Andrews, Hampton, Virginia. Tyrone Ash from Hollywood, Florida. Brother, thank you for the story that Grandpa told, and thank you for the continuing support. Mr. Otis Brown in Woodstock, Georgia, thank you. Lindsey Tynes wants you to know he misses you, man. Scotty Howard in Atlanta, thank you. Joy Anderson, Tampa, Florida. Greg Riley, Falls Church, Virginia. Thank you so much to all of you. The Matthews broadcast is totally viewer and sponsor supported. If you want to become a friend of the broadcast and support us as well, go to www.thematthewsbroadcast.com. As I say every evening, this show rests on 4 principles: the principle of divine alignment, the principle of divine empowerment, the principle of divine upliftment, and the principle of divine enrichment. All 4 of these allow you to gain the whole person prosperity that Mama Yoga always talks about. Enables you to live the life that you should be living. The first principle, a divine alignment, says that you should live in alignment of who you are. And so we take as our reference point the book of the beginnings, the book of Genesis. Right in the Bible, it says in chapter 1, verses 26 to 28, and God made man and woman in his likeness and his image and gave them authority to rule. Right? So when you're living in alignment, Brother Henderson, right, you're supposed to be ruling some stuff. So So if you rule in real estate, you're in alignment. If you're not ruling real estate, you're not in alignment. So Mama Yoga's going to tell you, get in alignment. Right? Bill's been ruling cars for so long, he's right in alignment. Second principle, divine empowerment. Here we go to the book of Timothy, chapter 7, and we hear the words coming off of the scripture telling us, I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind, right? You are more powerful than you will ever know. As one of my favorite quotes said, that there is no more powerful force in the universe than a made-up mind. Right? When we decide we're going to do something, it gets done. Right? So Tony Robbins says we get our musts, not our shoulds.
That's right.
Now listen real carefully. He said we get our must, but not our shoulds, Cornelius, right? Mm-hmm. Right? So he said most of the frustrated people in the world are stuck on should. So rather than getting their must, they just should all over the place. so get your must. We get our must. You know what I mean? We get our must. You ever notice when you really, really make up your mind that something is going to happen for you, it happens? Right? Your expectation and your reality live at the same address. Mm-hmm. And you also ever notice when you're fearing something, oh my God, this thing is going to come in the mail today. What shows up in the mailbox, young lady? That letter that it'll be there, right? You drew it to you, right? So we asked the question, when you turn on ESPN, you expect to see sports. When you turn on CNN, you expect to see news. When you turn on Disney, you expect to see family-oriented programming. So when you turn your mind to negativity, guess what you're going to get? When you turn your mind to prosperity and love and all of the things that you are bound to have scripturally, right? That's what you get. So turn your mind to that place where you are drawing positive energy. Abraham Hicks calls it source energy. Source energy is loving, kind, bountiful, prosperous, all those things. When you tie your mind to source energy, you get that which you tune into. Great. Always. Great point. Always. So your reality and your expectation live at the same address. Third principle, the principle of upliftment. And so here we hear the voice of our one and only poet laureate, Maya Angelou, in one of our favorite pieces saying, people may forget what you said. They may forget what you did, but they will never, ever forget how you made them feel. Right? So make that other human being that you're rolling with, your road dog, feel like the king or queen that she is. Mm-hmm. Right? Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. Right? Mm-hmm. There's more than enough for all of us. If you think that you can make God's bounty and his prosperity limited, go to the beach one day and try and count the sand. Mm-hmm. There's more than enough for all of us. Final principle, the principle of prosperity. 27 times in the scripture, the word prosperity or prosper is used. Just two examples. I didn't say it. The scripture is saying it. Psalm 1 verse 3, he or she will be like a tree planted beside streams of water that bears fruit in its season, whose leaf will not wither, and whatsoever they do will prosper. John 10:10, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly, right? And so when Peter came to Jesus and said, Lord, how shall we pray, right? He didn't say wait till after the funeral so that good things will happen for you. Wait till you get to heaven. He says, thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Thy will be done on this earth. Our job as kingdom builders is supposed to be building the kingdom here and now. The book of Mark said, whatever may be bound in heaven may be bound on earth, right? So I want to just touch on two small pieces as I bring Mama Yoga in and we get right into this whole personal prosperity philosophy. One, I'm very proud of the youth of this nation of all colors. Mm-hmm. They have taken their rightful place in the tradition of servant leadership and struggle. Mm-hmm. On Saturday, as I looked across that field in D.C. and across all of those different cities across the country, you saw nothing but our youth of all shades and colors saying never again. They are not afraid of the NRA or any other lobby, and they are going to make the change that sometimes those of us who get caught up in some stuff, and so we become compromised and we can't really say nothing. These young people are clear, never again. Right? So I don't know where this is going to end up, but I just felt in my spirit, especially when the young sister from D.C. spoke. She was 11 years old, and she spoke about African American women who are in abusive relationships or who have suffered at the hands of gun violence. And she said, girls like me, girls who look like me, need to be accepted. Girls like me need to be loved. Girls like me need not to be violated and taken advantage of. And the final thing she said that just gave my goosebump chills, Bill, she said, I might be 11 years old today, so y'all might not be afraid of me because I can't vote, but I promise you, 7 years today, I'll be back and I will be voting. I mean, I was like, man, you know, that's powerful. I had to give it up to him. So at this point, second thing I want to add, on this Saturday, the 31st, at the Conference Center at Mercer Community College Conference Center, Mama Yoga and I are going to be hosting the Whole Person Prosperity Experience, moving you from stress to strength. And what we're going to be doing is doing a training that will show you how to take your mind, your mental energy, and your physical energy, and so you become more focused and clear and become more attractive so that you can acquire that which you desire, whether it's mental, physical, relationship, or financial prosperity. Whatever your mind and your body is vibrating at, you draw it to yourself. And she has been coaching people in this area for over 30 years, I would say. And so I'm going to turn it over to her so that she can ask a few questions, but also to tell us about this whole person prosperity philosophy and coaching opportunity that she's been sharing with us for all these years. So, ta-da-da.
Ta-da-da, ta-da-da. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Matthews broadcast and the Whole Person Prosperity Experience here on GEMS Radio and TV. I want to say welcome to our guests. We'll be chatting with them in a few. We always have this housekeeping to get out of the way, but it's lovely to have you all here with us, Mr. Ralph Henderson and Mr. Bill Owens. And they brought their own level of entourage and all of
Yes,
that.
they
I hope
did.
y'all eat with us afterwards. That'd be nice. I drop into the Southern Mother thing. Just stick with me. I tend to go left. If I go left, just come with me. That makes everything work out well. All right, so we want to talk about whole person prosperity. As Stan shared, really whole person prosperity is about helping a person align the major areas of life. That is your mental capacity and focus. That is your physical, your physicality is a word that I've learned recently, but your physical presentation and your health and vitality, how strong you feel, how vibrant you feel, how still full of zest and zeal and fight for life, right? That's your physical or physicality, right? The next aspect of whole person prosperity is understanding how to balance and harmonize your relationships. The toughest engagements in our life is with relationships, whether it's your work relationship, your intimate relationship, your spousal relationship. Anybody that you have to relate to is the potential source of stress in your life, right? And now the other highest source of stress is money. I don't know how nobody who don't want more money, right? Or at least a way in which to manage better the money that they have. So whole person prosperity is about helping a person fix the core energetic magnetism of themselves that helps them attract the way and have clarity on how to balance out each one of those areas. One thing I notice about whole person prosperity is everything is done better as a partnership, as a team. And now we are in a time period of cooperation, collaboration, and harmonious relationships.
Yes,
That's
we are.
the way to business success now. It's not really about competition, greed, and just bowling over people. It's about finding partnerships and working within those partnerships to get the best done. And truth be told, it has always been the best way. Divide and conquer has been the way of destruction. But when people come together, they can create more success for themselves, little by little and in a collective way. And so I want to just take the time that I'm afforded here on the Matthews broadcast to shout out some partnerships that are doing the darn thing. We want to give a shout out to Tony and Keisha Jackson of the Trust Apparel Empire. We want to say, thank you and good job to Shamika and Darius Daniels of the Change Church organization down in the Trenton and South Jersey area. Shout out to Stacy and Lori Heading, doing great work with the I Am Trenton and the Heal the City campaigns in Trenton, working with the youth. Nawasha and Mancho Edu, the counselors from an Afrocentric perspective on family and relationships with the Acoma House Initiative. Kamal and Janice Kenyatta with their Taking Back, Black Hair Initiative and movement. Donna and Drew Paris with Paris Hair and Beauty Supply. We want to say thank you and a shout out to the couple and pairing partnership of Ronald and Tanya McEwing and Keisha and Teska and Sam Frisbee.
Teska and Sam. Hey,
Teska,
Sam Frisbee.
Teska and Sam
Howard
Frisbee.
University in the house.
That's right. Partnerships are the way to real whole person prosperity, to balancing the stress in your life.
Well, you forgot my co-host and partner, Mama Yoga and Stan Matthews. Yeah.
All right.
Trying to have empowerment broadcasting going on.
Yes.
Now to our guests.
Yes, to our guests, everyone. Thank you for waiting. So let's start with Mr. Henderson first. Hello, sir.
Hello, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm just fabulous. So tell us the name of your business, Ralph Henderson.
I have a real estate business, independently owned and operated in Greater New Jersey and Philadelphia. And basically, I like to serve my community.
All right. Okay.
I myself am a homeowner, and I like to see other African Americans be homeowners. I also like to make sure that we understand and appreciate the importance of credit and being able to sign for something with dignity in America.
All right.
So I like to start and bring my clients in and find out if they're financially viable in their current circumstance. And if they're not, work with them.
Work with them to get them there.
Email them, call them, text them to make sure that they are keeping on mission and keeping on message and making sure that they are not making any decisions that will deter their ability to purchase a home.
So why don't you share with our viewing audience what is unique about your style of real estating or realtoring?
Okay. The best thing I can offer you is I'm going to outserve anyone else that you speak to about your home purchase. I'm going to do what it is that I feel is necessary to get you on the path of homeownership and prosperity. And homeownership has been identified as one of the tried and true ways to build a portfolio. Basically, your home is your bank. If you can come into a home in the right circumstances and have longevity in that home, you can accrue wealth, basically, through the use of that home in financing important projects to uplift your family. College educations, investment in businesses, and it's also one of the things that allows a family to be cohesive around the building that is the home.
That's right.
Many times, your grandma and your grandfather have a home, and we somehow get separated from that paradigm as we grow.
Right.
Things are moving very fast, and we have a very instant gratification thing going on, and where grandma and grandpa, they bought the home, they made the payments, they ensured the discipline, and everybody goes through the home.
That's right.
You know, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. Whenever somebody had a problem, they had a place to land.
That's right.
That
The
is
family home.
Yes.
That's right. Who would be a great referral for you?
I am looking for anyone in our community, anyone who is not sure or want to buy a home or is intimidated by the process. Anybody who needs a little help getting through the process.
Okay.
I also love customers who know what they want. And you know what? I'd like to have a home in Alpine, New Jersey. You know what? I'm your guy.
Okay.
So, but to emphasize this point, it is very important that we as a community understand that a home is a first step to
That's right.
building something
That's right.
that belongs in the folder of, or the category of legacy.
Legacy.
You know,
That's
and
right.
also you teach your descendants to behave the same way. You teach them the importance of managing their money and discipline, and also sacrifice.
So, what would be an offering that you could, a discount or consultation that you would offer our viewing and listening audience for reaching out to you today?
Any person who comes to me for any reason, really, but especially real estate, I will offer you my counseling with respect to getting you the right resource for your particular snafu, whether that be your credit, a cash issue. I can offer you advice on how to manage your budgets and make sure I can get you to a counselor that you can work with as often as you need to meet a timeline to buy a home.
That's outstanding. And how can our viewers contact you, Mr. Henderson?
I can be reached on my email address at ralph.e.henderson@gmail.com, or you can call me on my cell phone, 856-202-3990.
Let's get that number again.
That's 856-202-3990.
Thank you so much.
When he was talking about the centrality of a home in a family's wealth, Brenda Robinson, Rebecca Raymond, Troy Russell, and somebody named Marquita that you know. Hey, Sasa.
Hey, baby.
All said amen at the same time. so that home thing struck a chord out there.
Well,
so
look here,
thank you
y'all.
so much for
Don't
hitting
just
it.
say, oh, amen, call the brother. Thank you very much, Mr. Henderson. And now, Bill Owens, the car man for everyone. How are you,
Everyone.
sir?
I'm doing fine this evening.
Good.
Everyone.
Good.
Good.
So tell us about your organization or the name of your business.
Well, my organization, I work for the Lucas Auto Group in Burlington, New Jersey. And I've been a part of their establishment for going on 6 years now.
Okay.
And we offer 3 different lines, Ford, Chevy, and Jeep, along with plentiful used cars that are available for sale.
Okay. And the unique value of your business and your business relationship with Lucas Automotive.
That's an easy one.
Well, the unique value of my business
Is
is
Bill.
But all jokes aside, the unique value is I'm in the industry 41 years
41
this year.
years. Let's give it up.
That's amazing.
Okay, which
Give it up.
Amazing.
thank you. I'm blessed to be in it this long, but I'm in it this long because of the uniqueness that I was given and trained and given an opportunity with my earlier mentors in my earlier years on taking care of clients, being trustworthy, and giving them all of the necessary tools that it would take to purchase an automobile.
Okay. All right. And a great referral for you is who?
A great referral for myself would be any individual that I've already sold in the past. I've sold quite a few folks over the years that I've got them started in their first auto loan. From them, I've been able to sell not only the parents, but now I'm selling the children, and in some cases, their grandchildren.
That's powerful.
So it's been a blessing to be able to be in it this long and to see families grow from getting their first start in an automobile, staying with me over all of these years, and then and doing that, sending them family members that they've given their trust in me, and from the referral of a previous family member, now I'm giving them the experience and the necessary tools that they need to get into an automobile loan for themselves.
So a new customer that you could acquire through our platform then could look to have an ongoing relationship with you for their children's children.
Absolutely.
In that way.
Absolutely.
Okay. Wonderful. So is there any special offering you would be suggesting to or offering to the Matthews broadcast audience?
40-inch color television.
Well, the main offering, that was my theme a year ago, was the 40-inch color TV, which was my 40th anniversary.
40 for 40.
40. Wow. But this year, what I'm doing is primarily anyone that has referred to me will get the utmost service and the knowledge that they will need to move forward with the purchase of an automobile.
Oh, wonderful.
And one of the main things in today's market for anyone looking to purchase an automobile is your credit score. Everything today versus the way it's today the way it is versus how it wasn't 40 years ago is the credit score.
What's that number?
And the magic number for an automobile loan is anywhere from a 620 to a 700. The key number is 700. If you can maintain and build a credit score at 700 or better, you'll never have to worry about purchasing an automobile or leasing an automobile ever. Because the way the system is now tuned, all of the banks and lending institutions, they go by the score first before they even look at the individual. I don't feel that it should be that way, but it is. All
right. So how can people contact you, Bill?
My contact, first you can call me on my cell, 856-520-1076, or my email address, which would be S as in Sam, P, I, F as in Frank, I, BILLY @yahoo.com. And that's pronounced Spy-Fi Billy, because when I started in this industry 20 years ago, I was a special finance manager, and that's what those initials represent, special finance.
Okay, so let's, for our B section viewers.
Yes.
Try that again.
Okay, it's S as in Sam.
Hold on a minute. Don't y'all email me about no B section viewer thing I just said. Go ahead.
That's the email address is S as in Sam, P, I, F as in Frank, I, BILLY @yahoo.com, or you can friend me on Facebook.
Friend you on Facebook under Bill Owens. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for that. Stan?
Thank you so much. I just want to ask Brother Henderson, do you work with investors?
Absolutely. In fact, I have a syndication thing or business that I do to find partners for investment. So let's suppose I look for a property and I find an apartment building. And the next thing I do is I build a pitch and I develop some pro forma numbers and fill out a statement, and then I pitch this idea of investment to people who are interested in owning and the property. Now what that will do is it will give you, this ownership will continue to pay you until we somehow or eventually refinance the property and make you whole with your investment. And then you have the option of coming back into the syndication for another investment, or you can just keep going with the current investment and put more money in if you like.
I'm sure that, there's a couple of investors on their way for the post-broadcast reception that I have come in to meet with you. I'm sure they're also going to ask sources of financing.
Sources of financing?
Right. Do you do you have sources of capital for your buyers?
Oh, absolutely. But the buyers, as far as the investment is concerned, we have a capital pool, and you will join the capital pool as an investor. So let's, as an example, let's say we have a property that has 50 units,
Right.
or a multi-use development where you have retail and residential, and the issue would be to curry favor with investors to put into the resource pool to manage the property. And your return on investment would be predicated on the amount of revenue that we can extract from the property minus expenses. So I will be showing you the net operating income numbers and how we increase value, the plan so that we would undertake to make sure that your investment's not stagnant, it grows.
Awesome, awesome. Come back to you, Bill, as
Yes.
we go out in the last couple of minutes here. How much longer Bill Owens going to be in auto finance and providing families with their autos? How much longer you want to do this, Bill?
Well, I've given myself a timetable of at least trying to stay in the industry at least another 5 years. My wife is saying no, but health-wise and the vitality that I still have, I feel if I can stay healthy, I want to stay in it at least another 5 years. A lot of folks don't realize that an automobile loan is one of the top investments you're going to make in a lifetime, because you're going to buy more than one car or truck or van in your lifetime versus a home. So you may buy 4, 5, 6 vehicles over your lifespan. And I'm just going to try and be here to be accessible to any of those folks, young men, young women, seniors, and millenniums, to be here to help them.
That's a
Make that choice.
That's an awful lot to do in the next 5 years, but you've done it for 41. So
I've got through 41, so if I can get through 5 more, I'll be blessed and here to help you.
We see that blessing for you. Stan, knock it off. We see that blessing for you,
Thank
sir.
you, Ralph, and we thank you, Bill, for being on the Matthews
Thank you so much
broadcast
for
this
having
evening. You guys are a blessing, have been a blessing, will continue to be a blessing. Just 2 small things before, as we leave tonight, folks. Remember, you cannot finish anything successfully until you start something confidently. You cannot finish anything successfully until you start something confidently. Stop getting ready, getting set. Listen, folks, just go. Falling short is not the most painful thing in life. It's living with regret.
That's right.
I should have. I was going to start. No. Stop getting ready. Stop getting set. Just go. The final thing is there are 2 types of people in the world. There are dreamers like all of you, Brother Ahmad, Cornelius, Sister Ralph, Bill, Lindsay, and all of you that are watching, and there are dream killers. Embrace the first and run like heck from the second. This is Stan Matthews with Samud Scott, Mama Yoga, in the Whole Person Prosperity broadcast, saying to all of you, good night and God bless.
Peace and love.